I love pizza. It's my absolute favorite food, my favorite food to make, my favorite food to eat. And this is by far the best pizza dough recipe I've ever found. And I'm gonna show you it right now. Got some plain flour. We've also got some strong bread flour. Equal parts of that, which is 3/4 of a cup. And then I've got 200 mils of warm water, 3/4 of a teaspoon of yeast, and a tablespoon of olive oil. Oh, I almost forgot some salt. So hang on, pinch of salt in with your flour, mix it together. Then we're gonna pour in our water and our oil with our yeast in it. Because we're gonna do a slow ferment in the fridge, we don't wanna mix it too much here. We don't need to knead it too much. So I just wanna bring it together, cover this in some cling wrap. And then I'm just gonna chuck this just in a warm part of the kitchen, like on the top of the oven here. I'm gonna leave that for half an hour, just to do its first little prove, and then come back and knock it back. That looks great now. Our dough has been proving for about half an hour, and it's starting to grow in size, and it's feeling nice and soft, which is what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna give it a quick knead, a little bit of flour on it, and a little bit of flour on our board. And this, I just really want to bring it together in a nice ball. One of my favorite things about this dough is it doesn't take a lot of kneading. And I can feel it now, it's already really nice and smooth. So cut the dough in half, and we're gonna let our fridge prove this slowly. So this is a slow ferment, a slow prove in our dough. So all I'm gonna do is roll it into our ball shape. And this is how we're gonna make our pizza. So from this, we're gonna make our pizza. So you want it to be as nice and round as possible. Just give it a little press out and give them a little bit of a separation because they do puff up quite a lot. Before we chuck these in the fridge, just sprinkle a little bit of flour on the top of our dough balls, because otherwise our cling wrap is gonna stick to the top of our dough. Now I wanna wrap this pretty loosely so they can rise and swell a little bit. So our dough's gonna go in the fridge for at least 12 hours, and you can do it for up to 24 hours to slowly prove. Have a look at that. Our dough is ready. It looks amazing. Doubled in size. It's been in the fridge for 12 hours. And I've just taken it out about half an hour ago to let it warm up and finish proving. And I love this dough because you can do it in the fridge. You don't have to worry about proving it above the stove or anything like that. And you can see here now, all these little air bubbles in here. I'm gonna show you how I roll the pizza out now. This is where you wanna be really careful and really delicate because you've worked super hard to get all the air into this pizza dough. You don't want to knock too much of it out. I'm going to show you how to roll a pizza dough out without a rolling pin. I'm just going to literally pat it out with my fingers in a sort of circle motion. And to get your crust, you want to just sort of leave 1/2 centimetre at the edge. You can see here, got a nice circle motion. Now I'm just going to work it in my hands. So I'm flopping it from hand to hand, and while passing it, trying to move it a little bit as well. So we're going round in literally a minute. Our dough's gone from this to that, and that's a huge difference. And we haven't used a rolling pin, so all those air bubbles are still in the pizza. So I've got a pizza paddle here and a pizza stone. I'm gonna build my pizza on my pizza paddle. If it overlaps a little bit of the edge, that's fine. Now I'm gonna put it here for a sec because I'm gonna show you a really quick and easy tomato sauce for your pizza. I've just got a stick blender here, and all I've got is a tin of whole peeled tomatoes and some barbecue sauce, and you just have to blend it together till it's smooth. And I'm just going to add into that a little pinch of salt. A Napoli pizza base is literally just tin tomatoes blitzed up with some olive oil and a pinch of salt. All we've done to that is add some barbecue sauce because that's how Mama Weldon likes it. Now we can build our pizza. Just a small amount of our barbecue tomato sauce. I always start in the middle and push it out. Sauce, then some cheese, and I've just got some bocconcini here, so this isn't too salty, it's just really creamy. I really like that because we'll add some parmesan at the end to add the salt. So grab a couple of bowls of bocconcini, break them up, just riff them with your hands. Nice, and then we're gonna go some of our roast chicken, left over in your fridge, just pulled off the bone. So when I build a pizza, I think I want not too much topping because I like nice, thin, crispy, but I want enough that when you get your slice, it's got a bit of every ingredient. That's the perfect bite. Now we're gonna add some just red onion. I don't like to cut these too thin because I want the onion to have a little bit of texture, a bit of crunch. Now I've got some pineapple as well. The most bogan pizza ingredient, as one of my friends told me when I ordered this pizza, but I love it. I think it's delicious. I've cut it really paper thin because you want it nice and thin so it cooks really quickly. Then I've got a jalapeno as well. Now, this is an optional extra. Mum wouldn't have this on her pizza because she doesn't like things hot, but I think it adds a nice little bit of spice to the pizzas. So I just slice these thin as well. and chuck these on. Now, Parmesan cheese to finish. This is a cool tip I just learned. If you wrap your Parmesan after you take it out of the plastic in baking paper, then it stops it from sweating and it makes it last longer. So I don't want too much, but that's gonna add the saltiness and a nice little crispiness on top. And then I'm just gonna add a little drizzle of olive oil just to help it golden up. And because on the videos from all the good pizza restaurants I see, they always do that. So to cook the pizza, I've got my oven set at 280 degrees with the fan grill on. That's as hot as I can get this oven to go. I've also got a pizza stone in there. If you didn't have a pizza stone, it's absolutely fine. You can cook it in a tray. You just want your oven to be as hot as possible. I'm hoping this pizza will cook in 2 to 3 minutes max. Oh yeah. Man, I love pizza. Have a look at that. I'm gonna garnish this with just some picked coriander leaves because I think it goes really well with that chili and the barbecue. I know Mum would be pretty happy with this one though, so this one's for you, Mum. So, look at that. And that's the big test there, if it will hold up. A little bend, but it doesn't fall in half. And to eat it, this is how you have to eat a pizza. Fold it in half, stick it in.